Hey guys, welcome to 7 months. So I don't have a lot to update you guys on. New Year's is tomorrow. So I've just been kind of like doing my thing. I was talking to one of my trans friends as well. It's been a minute since I've talked to him. He's not really wanting to connect with me too much anymore. Um, he was a bit harsh when we talked, but I was kind of asking him like some trans questions because he was the first trans person that I've ever interacted with. So there was that, and I was like asking him some questions, and I was like hoping to kind of get some input on like um, what his experiences were like and what he's kind of gone through. He kind of just like lashed out at me a little bit, probably out of frustration towards the topic. Totally understandable. Um, but it was kind of like he was saying that he's been on like testosterone for like about 9 years or so. He wants to get like a hysterectomy, but the doctors won't really like let him do that. And then also the issue of like the court system getting involved, and just because of like his situation and like other things that he's kind of like gone through and is also dealing with. So he was like kind of a bit standoffish on the topic towards me, but I mean, it's fully understandable. It's been like 9 years that he's been dealing with this struggle, so he was just like frustrated with it. So, but it kind of sounded like at the end of the conversation he wasn't really planning on talking with me ever again, kind of thing. So um, I'm gonna have to be deleting that phone number from my phone at some point. A little sad, but it is what it is. And I did end up going down to Mass to celebrate like a Christmas per se with my family. Wasn't a Christmas. We literally just sat there and watched TV and watched a couple like Christmas movies, and that was about it. My dad did end up getting me a gift, which I was really happy about. Unfortunately, it was something that I already had. So I was just kind of like, okay, so I guess I have two. If one breaks, I got spare parts or something. Um, or I can sell the one that I already have and keep the one he gave me, kind of thing. So it is what it is. My voice is very deep today. Specifically, just kind of like right now, I have been drinking like my protein drink that I've been having a little bit more today. I kind of took a break of it for I want to say like maybe a month or so, but I think this definitely helps my voice stay deepened because it's like it's giving me the proper protein, and it's also giving me the proper like stuff for my body to be able to develop the proper vocal cords that I need to like develop here. Um, Singing is a bit of a task now. I try to sing a song at least once a day because I'm trying to retrain my vocals. I have always been a singer throughout all my life, so it's interesting to have to make the adjustment sooner than like originally anticipated for like females, because females only go through like a voice change like just before puberty or during puberty, depends on the person, and then like sometime in their 30s or something. And then men, they go through their voice change in their teens, late teens usually, sometimes mid-teens, and then again I think in like their 40s maybe. I think it is. I'm not fully sure. But yeah, men usually develop slower than women do, so there's that. And then I also wanted to show you guys my Sharps container. It is an old Clorox container, but I wrote Sharps on it, and I put X's on it, and I made sure every single side has the word Sharps. It's a little gross because I've had this for a while, but yeah, that was the one that I was pretty much almost done with, and I was sitting there like, just gotta finish this extra load of laundry and then I got it, kind of thing. And But yeah, as I said in my previous video, I'm just going to be dropping to doing once a month. So the next time you guys will be seeing me is at 8 months. I don't really have much to update you guys on. You kind of know the gist. Clitoris is still doing its thing. It's a bit more prominent. Some of my underwears are now fitting a little bit more tighter. If I'm just kind of standing in the mirror, it kind of looks like I have a little bit of like a bulge or something there, because the fat distribution also makes that a little bit more prominent in that area sometimes. As you can see in the comparison picture for between when I first began to where I am now, the fat distribution in my face is a bit different. I wouldn't really say that my breasts are like smaller, but they kind of look like they are a little bit in some aspects because of the fact that I have more muscle, and like I've always been a very tiny person. Like I've always worn like extra small stuff, and then if I wanted something baggy, I would be wearing a medium. So like I've always been tiny. I naturally now wear medium stuff. My shoulders are a bit more broad, happily, due to the muscles and stuff I'm gaining. My collarbone isn't quite as prominent as it used to be because now I have more muscle in this area, which is really nice because I've gotten made fun of because of my collarbone multiple times. It's still here. My collarbone is still prominent and visible, but I've had multiple people be like, ew, you're disgusting, you're so skinny, kind of thing. Like when I was still presenting as female, it was very degrading and very uncomfortable, especially since, like, that was a piece of myself I actually kind of liked. So, whatever, I guess it is what it is. Um, Hair things that I've noticed. I do have the happy trail forming a little bit more here. I have more than like 2 hairs. It's more like 7 hairs now. I have had to shave a second time now for my upper lip. I've also kind of noticed a little bit more of like maybe a weight change in this area. Like I was talking to my dog and it was really cold out, and I kind of could feel like something here. So that was an interesting little shift. Um, I haven't really gotten too much hair like build up in this area, but my chin actually definitely has a little bit more fat here for sure. Oh, and then this pimple, this combo of pimple, you're seeing the residual results of it. It's taken 2 weeks to get rid of this motherfucker, guys. It has been a bitch. I was not happy with that pimple. This one I actually had to squeeze and like ooze out. That one was gross. And then this one, it never even fully developed. It didn't get fully like a head or anything. So I'm just in there like rubbing tea tree and lavender and stuff on it. Does not work. For this type of level of pimple, you need to find something else for it. You know what I found? I found rosemary. Rosemary's really, really good for your skin. So guys, I'm telling you, if you are having issues with a big ass motherfucker pimple like this, it go out, buy some rosemary, put that shit on. That shit will shrink within the next day. This thing went from being like a bright fucking red to like a nice mellow red, and then it started decreasing in size within the next 2 days of me just like doing treatments on it. So I haven't done treatments on it for like the past 2 days, so that's why it's still sitting here, but it's getting there. I did have another one kind of show its face over here, but this one was like my normal type ones that I get. So I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. I know how to deal with that one. But like this type, I've never had before. So I was just like, whoa, what do I do with this? So it's fun learning some new things, and for sure. And let's see, there was another hair thing that I noticed. My eyelashes. You know how guys always have really nice long eyelashes? I'm starting to get like a little tiny curl on the corner here, which is really cute. And I love like guys' eyelashes that are like super long, and like I'm just like super obsessed. So I'm just having fun with like all the changes that I'm having, and like it's fun and it's exciting, and I'm still on like the happy train of not having periods, because those things are traumatizing for me and I do not like them. And my mom bled out twice from having her period, so I'm just happy that like I don't have to possibly worry about that, because every single time I get my period there was that fear sitting in the back of my mind, which my periods acted pretty much the same as hers. Yes, my weight wasn't like the same level of where her weight level was at, but I always had that fear in the back of my head where I was like, okay, I could potentially bleed out. So it's nice to have that. I also, my grandma has had a hysterectomy for her uterus. She had uterine cancer, so then there's also that's kind of sitting in the back of my head where I'm just like, am I potentially gonna get uterine cancer? So I'm just like, I just want to get the thing removed. Honestly, I've never wanted to have the uterus in my body. I've never enjoyed having a uterus. So for questions, if you guys have ever asked or wondered, am I gonna have any surgeries done? Yes, I want to have a hysterectomy. I want to get that thing out of me. Out of all the other surgeries of like changing or removing my breasts or like changing my genitalia, I mean, for the options for changing my genitalia, it would be kind of just, um, there's like only two options currently. So it's like you either get like this pump put into your leg, which I think I've talked about this kind of surgery a couple times, maybe. I know I at least have once, where you have a pump put into your leg, and when you want to be erect, you pump it. Um, that one you still can get like some sort of stimulation from. The other one that's done is a little questionable. You could lose complete sensation from it, where your clitoris, you need to be on T for at least 2 years or something, and then you get your clitoris cut in half basically, and then the tip of the dick would basically be the top part of your clitoris, and then the base of your clitoris would be like the bottom shaft area. Obviously, you're probably not going to have balls, so there's that. And then they would try to close up your vagina as much as you can, but there's still like a little bit of an opening there too, because they would put a tube into the constructed penis so that way you can still pee through your penis. And ejaculation, I'm not fully sure how that works. I haven't looked quite enough into that, but I think there is some sense into like how you would ejaculate, because when you do orgasm after you've been on T for long enough, your orgasms take more of the tendency of like men's. So instead of having like the female orgasm where it's like all over your body, your whole mind, your like body, you're feeling, you're just like kind of feeling, you get more of like the male orgasm where you're just like, and then you're done basically, and then you're just like, okay, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to bed, I am spent basically. So you go from like having this female orgasm where you can have like 10, 20 in one night, if you have a good person who can make you orgasm, or you have a good toy that can do that, to a male orgasm where you get maybe 1, 2, 3 a night or so, maybe even less. I'm at the point, since I keep fluctuating, I am back to saying I'm asexual, where I don't really want any physical touch. I don't want to be touched. I don't want anything to do with down there. This is a common thing that, like, a lot of trans men go through, where they fluctuate between being really horny and then just being like, you want everything all at once and all the time, and then you go to like not wanting anything at all. So this is like something that a couple of people that I've noticed that are trans that I've talked to kind of have to go through. And then they also have to go through the whole questioning their sexuality all over again. So, like, you'll go into this thing knowing that you're a trans man, and then you'll be like, yeah, I'm attracted to this. And then you'll sit there and be like, maybe I'm not. I don't know. So, the whole time where you guys have seen me, like, I'm attracted to only women now, or people with vaginas, I'm still bisexual. I still like guys. I still like dick. So, yeah, finally, that whole, like, part of my brain that was like, yeah, no, I don't want to ever see a guy again. It's more or less just, I'm starting to develop the masculine hormones, and then I feel insecure because of the fact that I don't really feel like men are going to be really attracted to me anymore because I'm now being myself, and I've never really been loved for being myself. So it's kind of like an uncomfortable unveiling of pulling off the mask and being like, so this is me. I don't think anybody's gonna love me for me because I've been in people pleaser mode, in survival mode, trying to be what everybody else wants me to be. So here I am. This is me. I don't think anybody's gonna like me. Okay, cool. Bye. Kind of thing. So that's like the thought process and the feelings that I've kind of all been like shifting through, dealing with, and the uncomfortable insecurities of that. But I've also had a little bit of like a guy who has been talking to me since my mom's passed away, and watch me go through the whole mental breakdown and everything. And then now he's starting to be like, wow, you're actually really chill now and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you met me when I was having mental breakdowns like mostly every day. And he's like, okay, cool. And so now, like, he's admitted he's got like a little bit of feelings for me, and like I got a little hint of feelings here and there with him. But like, again, this is like an internet person that I've never met in person, so I'm just kind of like, hey, you want to hang out? Sure, yeah, this will be exciting. So like, stay over there, but like, come here, I want to like hang out and get to know you. But like, I don't know, because like, we've had our conversations go to like places, and I mean, it's all fun and whatnot, but again, it's also like, we haven't met in person, so I don't really know what it's like. And with a lot of the experiences that I've had in the past, I don't know, and I don't really want to rush into it too quickly. So there's that. And I'm trying to be cautious because I have had a little bit of a history of being stupid and not really, well, not being stupid, just being, I don't know, not very well educated in the matter. That's not really stupid, it's just uneducated. Supposedly I should have known better, but sometimes I don't think out the situation fully, because sometimes I still feel like when I have a situation that's new and fancy, I'm just like, oh yeah, those are just past experiences. That's never gonna happen again. And I guess that's kind of also just my forgiving heart. That's also like the piece of my mom that lives in me, where she just forgives everybody, even though she should still be cautious. And I'd sit there and roll my eyes at her and be like, here we go again, kind of thing. And I'm sure she's sitting there laughing at me, kind of living her role a little bit now too. So that's fun. Just kind of, eventually you watch yourself become your parents. So that's interesting, or at least learn from their mistakes too. Sometimes you can become the good parts of them. The ignorant parts, I hope to kind of keep away. I don't really want to be the ignorant parts. I'm trying to keep myself well educated and have enough knowledge in all the situations before I step into them. So, being cautious, kind of thing. And then, let's see. My eyebrows are getting a little bit thicker. I'm sure you guys can see that a little bit, which is really nice because my eyebrows once upon a time were so light that it looked like I didn't even have them. When I was looking at my hair the other day, also, it kind of looks like it's gotten a little bit darker, which kind of follows in the pattern of what my dad's hair kind of did. That kind of sums up most of my updates. I haven't needed to kind of trash any more clothing quite yet. I do have a fair amount of clothing. This is my closet behind me. It is completely packed. I had so much clothing to the point that like I could have filled this whole floor space in this view. Probably up as high as I am, as well as filling this closet. I had a lot of clothes. I donated it. So if you guys want to know what to do with your clothes, just donate that shit. Like it's crazy. Or go to like ThreadUp. If you guys got like children's clothing or women's clothing, they'll take anything as long as it looks like it's basically just came from the store. So like no like ruined seams or anything. Like unfortunately they probably wouldn't take this because of the fact that some of the velvet has worn away right here. I don't really care because this is one of my mom's shirts, and whenever she wore this shirt I was always like, damn, I love that shirt. I want to run away with that shirt. I want to wear that shirt as a dress or something, or like my nighty shirt or something like that. That would be like what I would be thinking at that time. But now I got it, so now I can rock it in my goth theme. So yeah, I love it. And I'm starting to like grasp more my style now. It's definitely goth for sure, and punk. I know I've mentioned that quite a few times already, but I like to reconfirm it every single episode apparently. And my hair is starting to grow a bit more back in. I need to take a shower, which I will be doing on the New Year's Day. I like to kind of do that for a New Year's like tradition, to be like, oh, I'm taking a shower today. I'm washing off the last year energy kind of thing. And I'm also not one that showers more than once a week. Call me gross if you want, but I only shower once a week. It's better for your hair, it's better for your skin to kind of be able to exist in the natural oils of your body, and it makes it so your body doesn't overproduce and it doesn't underproduce. I mean, it can underproduce if it's in the winter, of course, which moisturizing is a great thing. If you are going to moisturize, though, make sure you clean your skin beforehand. So shower if you must. But showering every day, I will say, guys, is not healthy for you. It you might think and feel that it is, and you might like the refreshing feeling of it, but it makes your skin kind of dry out, and then if you kind of get out of the habit of doing that, your body like kind of shrivels up like a raisin almost in some senses, because it's not used to like retaining the fluids, because it's now used to getting this nourishment of like a shower every single day, and then it'll also overproduce the oils and stuff, and you might have oily skin. The best I would suggest is just wash your face for that, or if you have like an oily scalp, maybe do it like every other day or every 3 days. That's the most you should be showering a week, is like 2, maximum 3 times. You should not be showering every day, guys. It's not good for you. And then another thing too is if you shower every day as well, it makes it so you're not really exposed to the germs, so your immune system's not really able to build up and be able to put up this defensive barrier. So if you're someone that showers every day and you notice that you get sick more often than somebody else who doesn't, then that's possibly your reason why, because you're not letting your immune system build up at all. And so, call me gross, I shower once a week. I do have a little bit of dandruff here and there, you might see it, but I'm working my way through it. I just need to moisturize my scalp more. You can also do weekly treatments of every day for your scalp. You just basically need to use like a sea salt mist or something that's really good for your scalp and stuff. Brushing your hair every day, I would very much recommend that, because then that'll bring the blood cells to the surface, and then that'll stimulate growth for your hair. So that's really good for it. And then it also, brushing it every day will make sure that you don't have any buildup of dandruff or dry skin that potentially will lead to having dandruff, because dry skin isn't dandruff. Dandruff is a fungus that can come from you having dry skin buildup and then scratching it away, and then you get abrasions, and then you get dandruff because it's now a fungus that's gotten into there. So dry skin is not dandruff. There's two separate things. Dandruff, yes, can look similar to what it looks like when you scratch your head and then you get flakes all over your shoulder, but there's still a difference between dandruff and dry skin. Usually your scalp, it feels kind of more moist when you have dandruff. If it's just dry, it's probably dry skin. So just a little pro tip on that. I am a licensed cosmetologist, so a little bit of hair facts. I eventually will be having a section in my channel that's designated to like hair tips and stuff. That will be something I mention on there. I'll probably be doing like reviews on products and stuff. I'm very cruelty free. I do not like to use like your generic L'Oreal or anything like that. I like to make sure there's also no sulfates and stuff, and I like it to be, even if you don't have curly hair, I usually will tell you to go and buy curly hair products, because it is very good for your hair just in general. Like, it's got such good product and got good stuff in it. It's good for everyone's hair. And even if you think you have the straightest hair of all time, you may not. You just might have the wrong products. Textured hair usually will fall straight when it is not treated properly, and then it gets frizzy. So if that's something that you notice your hair may have, go try out some of the nice curly hair products. Also, shampooing, don't recommend it. I am very much against shampooing. Cleansing conditioners, highly recommend. Shampooing, not so much. I don't like shampooing. I haven't shampooed my hair since I was 12 years old or so. I usually use a cleansing conditioner, and I usually let it sit for a pretty good chunk of time, and my hair usually feels very nice afterwards. So if you are putting, if your hair does get really, really gross and like you get a greasy film on your hair, that's when I would suggest doing shampooing. My hair does not do that. And if I even tried to shampoo, which I did do actually once, maybe half a year or so ago, my hair was so unhappy. It went so frizzy. It did not want to curl. It was nothing. It hated it. It hated me. It was like, what are you doing to me? I don't like this. And so I have not shampooed since then, and I refuse to shampoo because my hair will get mad at me. It has a personality, as everything does. Oh, look, my little kitty Luna here. She came to say hi again. Hi, my Luna. How are you, my sweetie? Are you my little filming buddy? You're so cute and small. Look at you. Did you come to say hi to everyone? No, look at you. Who's a good girl? Mwah! My Luna. Hi, sweetie. What a good girl. Well, guest feature today, Luna Hollow. She is the cutest little kitty of all time. Maybe not all time, but she is very, very cute. Hey, sweetie. How are you? My pretty girl. Hi. I love you. You're such a good girl. Sweetie, you're so cute. a good girl. Oh, are you getting comfy? Well, this video has now derailed to animal cuteness. Oh, you're so cute. Just put an animal in my lap and I won't be able to talk about anything else. Oh, she's getting comfy. Now I can't do anything else. She never sits in my lap. She's so cute. She's so tiny. Voice crack. My sweetie, I love you. Okay, well, if you want to sit there, I'll keep talking. Although, now I've lost my train of thought. You've completely taken my train of thought and thrown it into the trash. And you don't care at all. You like being the center of attention. Yes, you do. So I've noticed, I used to have a period app where I would keep track of when I was supposed to get my periods, so that would let me know if I'm irregular or regular, because my body was very irregular, and then sometimes it would be regular, and then sometimes it would stress me out, especially when I was in my relationships, because I would be like, oh shit, am I pregnant or something? And so I've noticed on my period app, when it tells me that I'm close to being on my period, this little one, Luna, right here, she ends up going into heat as well. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, so I would supposedly be on my period, and you're technically, in some sense, on your period too, because you want to become pregnant right now, or she's ovulating or something. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like slightly laughing at the fact that, like, my period app is in sync with my cat. So I wait for the notification I get on my phone that'll tell me, oh, time for your period or something. You're this many days late or something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, well, I'm supposed to be late. I'm not supposed to be getting my period anymore. And then, like, literally a day or two later, I hear her running around the house. Meow, meow, and I'm just like, oh boy, this is not gonna stop. And she doesn't stop. Like, you sit there and you say, hi, Luna, and then she's just like, meow, and then she just continues, and then she, like, she gets to the point that she irritates me, and I'm just like, shut up. And then she runs upstairs and she continues meowing, and I'm just like, you better stay up there because you're irritating the shit out of me. And she's sitting here smiling at me right now. She's like, yep, that's me. Yep, you know it. And I even had a guest over one day, and she was still doing it. I'm just like, shut the fuck up, Luna. But yeah, she's out of it right now, and now she's just being a little love. Yes, you are. You're being a little love. Mwah. Well, look, Honey has come over because she's jealous. Hi. Am I the animal whisperer now? We got all the animals over here. Yep, we got a purring kitty in one lap, and then we got a cute little fluff ball right next to me. Aww. Hello, little pooshy. Little plushy poof. Little poofy poof. I feel good. Okay. Hi, my Luna. I love you, sweetie. She's like, you act weird when you interact with dog. Hi, sweetie. Aww. It's a good thing I don't have Raven in here. Oh, I spoke too soon. Here comes the third one. The whole family for 7 months. Guest feature, Honey, Luna, and Raven. I don't know if Raven will make it into the camera view, but he's right there. I got all 3 of my little beans. Yeah, you're a nut. Hi, my sweetie. I love you. Mm. 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 I love you. Alright, I'm gonna let you go down, okay? I gotta go finish it off the last bit of this video, okay? Yeah. You're okay. I only say that because she's very skittish. If I was to stand up right now, she would run out of the room. She's very skittish. Alright, so we got my shards container, and I'm gonna put that over here, probably out of view. And as I was saying in the previous video, we are going to make it to the 7 months, which we did. And so I don't need the instructions because I already read those. So so this thing starts out like this full, and that lasts me until literally last week. So I guess started in like September, so September to December-ish, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's like 3 months. Yeah, which is how much it should be. And so we're warming it up, warming it up, warming it up, warming it up. My bracelets, which have always been like really easy to fall off of my wrist, even just like doing this, they don't anymore. They just sit there on my wrist. So my wrists are a little bit bigger. This bone is less prominent, so that's nice as well. I'm not as bony as I used to be, so it's kind of nice because people would look at me and be like, yeah, okay. And I'd tell them that I can lift like decent amount of weight, and then they'd be like, yeah, okay. And I'd be like, okay, don't believe me. I just had to move also like a tree that fell on my house, which, funny thing, after I filmed the video for my previous time, I lost power the next day for like 3 days, and I had to listen to my neighbor's generator for 3 days. And you know, I really don't mind losing power. It doesn't bother me. Like, I have all the resources to like function normally. Like, I have a gas stove, so I just need a lighter to light it, and then I got a wood stove that keeps my house warm. So I was set, and I was pretty content. Like, I don't need electricity, but like listening to my neighbor's generator, this is the loudest, most obnoxious thing of all time, guys. And you walk outside and it basically hurts your ears because it's so loud. And I'm sitting there, I'm like trying to sleep and listen to like the dead silence of winter, and I was like enjoying it. And then she turned her generator on, and I was like, I'm gonna go pound sand, guys. I'm just gonna pound sand, pounding it. And I was like really livid. And happily, after 3 days, it got turned back on, and then we're back to outdoor silence. So, slightly frustrating, but also pleasant, but then more frustrating again. I also managed to sell my car, so that was also nice, and that was really stressful too, because that was the first time I ever had to do that. But now I know how to do it, so if you guys need some advice on how to sell a car, I can give you some advice. So just let me know if you got some questions. And I welcome you guys to leaving comments in the down below, and start a chat if you want to. And then if you guys have a question that I haven't thought of to like answer yet, just let me know, because I'd love to like keep everybody informed and in the loop. But I did feel that it was sort of important to mention my friend, even if we are not really going to be talking anymore, about the fact that it's been 9 years that he's been on T, and you should be allowed to remove your uterus if you've been on T for after 2 years, and the fact that for some reason the courts feel that they need to be involved in transgender affairs, and that's really not any of their business because it's private. And what we do with our body is our choice, and it's our life. We have fully the choice of doing that, and people should not get involved in that. And if other people have issues with that, okay, cool, don't do it to your body, but don't sit there and criticize somebody for finally making a decision to make themselves better and make themselves more healthier in their own way. Not everybody's the same, and if you expect everybody to be the same, it's not fair, because suppressing everybody to fit into this box that you feel is comfortable and everybody should fit into it, that box is going to overflow at some point, and it's just not going to work. So I like to be outside the box. That's where my thinking happens. So just saying. But yeah, I'm gonna do our air first. Getting it down to 3. Luna, don't touch that, please, sweetie. That's not for you. Thank you. You're a good girl. I love you, sweetie. I also kind of noticed last week, since I took the very last bits of like what was left in it, I kind of felt like it didn't have as much testosterone in it, because I didn't really feel like I got really any of the effects of it. Even though I still went through the week still having like normal testosterone stuff, I noticed my voice got like a little high again at some points, and I was like feeling a little bit more feminine than normal since like the beginning of starting on T, which was kind of uncomfortable, and I didn't really like that. So potentially I wasn't really supposed to take it until it was gone, because there might not be any tea left in it, so whatever at this point, I guess. But just something to kind of keep in mind that might happen if you are taking it until it's completely gone. There might not be a lot of tea left in that last little bit. My cat is over there cleaning herself very loudly. Alright, got my Q-tip. Where's my, there it is. Alcohol. Alright, let's see if my pant leg is big. Nope, my pant leg is not going to be able to come up all the way this time. So we're going to be taking our pants off again. And last week, I found that I needed to do my injection in my other leg. So I did it in this leg last week. I did it in this leg last week. So I'm going to do it back in this leg. I've been trying to stick to like one leg, so then I knew like not to like be itching it, because sometimes I can get a little itchy. I wonder what that bruise came from. Let's see, where shall we clean? I think I'm gonna go for like around in here, right there. Okay. And I'm going to use the lid of this to hold the Q-tip so I know it stays clean. Alright, so it's here. Let me stretch my leg. And use the other end to squeeze. make it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So that was interesting. I first started pushing in, and I kind of felt like, I almost felt like electricity kind of going through my leg a little bit, where it was like shock over here, a little bit shock over here, a little bit shock over there. So I think it was like the nerves kind of feeling like the feeling of testosterone coming in. So it was interesting because I really haven't felt something like that before. But definitely it was a interesting feeling. I think it's because of the fact that I just opened the new one and maybe my body was getting used to the fact that I have been having kind of not really much testosterone left in the liquid, so my body was like, whoa, what is this? This is interesting. So, yeah, do its thing. But yeah, all in my sharps container. And you don't want to fill that more than halfway full when you are filling up the sharps container. So at the moment here that it's like only about like maybe this full. And sometimes I throw the wrappers in there, sometimes I throw the syringe needle, not just the needles, this thing into it as well. Well, maybe it's not going to scab. Oops, sorry Luna, I just kind of toss that right next to you. No, don't play with that, that has alcohol in it. Alright. Put my pants back on. Oh, I did get a stain on these pants. I bleached it a little bit.
Hi, sweetie. What you doing?
I'm trying to remember how I had this stored. I don't have any tape nearby, but I will be taping the top of this to this as well. And I've always been storing it inside this as well. Keep it extra encapsulated and fresh. So even if I don't get to tape the lid, at least I got something. There we go. Now we are all cleaned up. And I already took my vitamins today, so that's why I didn't take them during the video here. I usually take my vitamins when I first open these, which I already opened it, obviously. So, yeah, that was this week's of tea. My voice is deeper, my hair is a little bit thicker, my hairline is squaring out, and I just wish that, like, for people who've been on tea for a while, that it was easier for them to get the surgeries that they want to have done. I do have a couple other people, hi Raven, who are on tea and having more success in trying to get into getting more of their surgeries done and stuff. I know a friend who just had bottom surgery, which is called when they have the bottoms parts of their body worked on, they just call it bottom surgery. And then if they have top surgery, that's top surgery. So that's a little bit of translingo. I did want to kind of cover some pronouns, but I feel that I'm kind of out of time at this point to kind of cover some of the pronouns. That may be something I cover next time if I don't have a lot to talk about again. I do want to kind of talk about all the different pronouns for non-binary people, just because I don't feel it's very well known, and they, them is a normal one for non-binary people, or agender, or androgynous are other terms for them. I always vibed with androgynous. Non-binary never really vibed with me, but it was a term that I used because everybody knew what it was when I was non-binary. Again, androgynous vibed with me better. I know somebody who also goes by agender, so to each their own. Everybody has their own words that fit them. Same with they, them as a pronoun. It's not very well known. When I do meet somebody who uses it, I also struggle to use it. It happens. It's not a very well known one. We're going to have mistakes that happen. I understand. Other people may not. It happens. We are all learning. It takes time to get something and understand it. New things are scary, and a lot of people don't like change, so it happens. So, if you guys want to find me on my other socials, I also have a Reddit now. I'm just literally adding a social onto it like every week, every time I film. I have a Reddit now, though, that I'm also posting my videos to. I might try to, I don't know. Twitter wasn't really working for me, so I think I might just go and use Reddit instead of Twitter, just because, I don't know, Twitter's not my vibe. It's been around for too long. Even when I was younger, I still didn't vibe with Twitter. I usually just used it as my bullshit poster, so maybe Reddit will be better, and maybe more people will see something that they like from it. I'm just trying to get more people who are curious about, like, what it's like to be trans, and like educate them, because it's not flowers and daisies, and it's not that we really want to just sit here and put an injection into our leg every single week. This is what we have to do to be ourselves and feel ourselves. I have never felt more myself than I do now, and I'm happy to say that. I would never have imagined myself a year ago, literally 2022, sitting here being like, yeah, I'm gonna be filming a video on New Year's Eve for being trans, and it's gonna be 7 months, and like everything's gonna be going great, and I'm gonna be loving all the changes. Like, I never expected that. Like, I knew that, like, I was a guy, and like I knew that, like, maybe I wanted a beard, maybe I wanted a deeper voice, maybe this, that, and the other thing. And it's just like the physical changes, it's nice. I just didn't vibe with the physical anything of a female. Maybe like the cuteness, and then like the physical arousal I can get out of guys from it. But again, it wasn't really me they were into. If that was the case, it was more just the way that I looked than who I was. And the one time that I did find somebody who was into me, they also turned out to be trans too. So, hey, what can I say? But yeah, thanks guys for watching again. Please leave some comments if you have some questions, if you're like questioning things, or you just need someone to support you and talk who's also in the community. I do live in Maine, so I can possibly help you if you live in Maine to find some more community. If you don't live in Maine, I can try to figure out maybe how to find some community in the area that you're in. I just want, like, anybody who wants to try to get into this community to be able to and feel welcomed, because that's the way you should feel. But yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you want to keep seeing more. I'm gonna be doing other stuff more than just tea videos on my YouTube channel now. I am working on a mural. I might document that a little bit here and there and show the frustrations of it. Currently, it's still stuck with the sky looking not very great because I am struggling with doing clouds. Storm clouds are quite frustrating for me. I've watched multiple videos and tried to draw them out on pieces of paper. They come out on the paper, but the second I get in front of the wall, it's just like, no. We're getting there, though. I gotta do this one first before I tackle the next one. So the next one's gonna be bigger than this one, so that's why I gotta do this one first. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of like recipe stuff, and then I'm also thinking of like hair stuff as well. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see more stuff. Love ya. Bye.